dogma was defined by Pope Pius IX, but not ex cathedra in 1854, and is not shared by the Eastern Orthodox, despite not schisming with the West until the 11th century. I had mentioned about the Immaculate Conception not being declared ex cathedra because this was before Vatican I in 1870 that declared that when a pope declares something ex cathedra, then it's considered infallible. But the Immaculate Conception was declared 15 years or so before that.
During my debate with Trent on the Marian dogmas, I pointed out the Immaculate Conception of Mary was not infallibly defined ex cathedra by Pope Pius IX in 1854, since this was 16 years before the doctrine of Papal Infallibility was declared at Vatican I in 1870. Yet the same Pope made this dogma binding to all Roman Catholics, threatening condemnation to anyone who denied it. Quote, "If anyone shall dare to think otherwise, let him know and understand that he is condemned by his own judgment, that he has suffered shipwreck in the faith, that he has been separated from the unity of the Church." End quote. However, Trent's fellow Catholic Answers apologist, Jimmy Akin, agreed with me this dogma was never infallibly defined by a pope nor a council, but merely a teaching of the Catholic Church, and a Catholic could reject this dogma, which you can see in this clip. So the question remains, why condemn someone for a dogma they are free to reject?
But if I'm asked what the Church's teaching is, what level of authority it has, and whether there is any possible way a person who disagreed could be a Catholic, I'm going to give him a straight answer. So I said, the Church does teach that she remained sinless because she didn't have original sin. She remained sinless, unlike Adam and Eve. They were also born immaculate, but they went on to sin. Mary did not. She made better decisions than Adam and Eve. That's the Church's teaching. The Church teaches she did not go on to sin. She didn't have personal sin. But it hadn't infallibly defined that. That is not something that has been infallibly defined by a council or a pope. And so even though it's the Church teaching, and even though some theologians would say, well, it's not a matter of faith, but it's proximate to the faith, formally speaking, this is a non-infallible teaching, and therefore, if one had really good reasons, one hypothetically could disagree as an exceptional case.